the Tower of London, a name that resonates through the annals of history, echoing tales of grandeur and gloom. Just the name sends shivers down your spine, doesn't it? It's a place where the stones themselves seem to whisper secrets of the past. It's a place steeped in history, dripping with tales of intrigue, imprisonment, and yes, even execution. The very air feels thick with the weight of centuries gone by. It's not just a castle, you see, it's a symbol of power, a fortress of fear, and a beacon of hope all rolled into one. It's a living, breathing monument to England's past. Every stone, every corner, every shadow has a story to tell. For centuries, this sprawling fortress has stood guard over the River Thames, a silent sentinel watching over the ebb and flow of history. It's seen it all, from royal feasts to bloody rebellions. The tower has been a witness to the rise and fall of dynasties, the coronations of kings and queens, and the tragic ends of those who dare to defy them. Kings and queens have walked these grounds, as have prisoners on their way to their doom. The walls have heard the cries of the condemned and the laughter of the victorious. But within its imposing walls, you'll find more than just echoes of a turbulent past. You'll find stories of resilience, of survival, and of the indomitable human spirit. The Tower of London is also home to the crown jewels, a dazzling display of wealth and power that has captivated visitors for generations. These jewels are not just treasures, they are symbols of a nation's history and heritage. Come walk with me, let's explore the tower together, unravel its mysteries and marvel at the treasures it holds. From the ancient stones to the glittering jewels, every part of the tower has a story waiting to be discovered. Our story begins in 1066. A year that would forever change the course of English history. It was a time of great upheaval and transformation, marked by the arrival of a formidable leader from across the English Channel. William the Conqueror, fresh from his victory at the Battle of Hastings, needed a symbol of his power. His triumph was not just a military success, but a statement of dominance, and he sought to cement his authority over the newly conquered land. A stronghold to keep those unruly Londoners in check. The city was a bustling hub filled with merchants, craftsmen and citizens who were not always welcoming to their new Norman rulers. So what did he do? He chose the spot of a crumbling Roman fort and began construction on what would become the Tower of London. This location was strategic, offering both a defensive advantage and a historical significance that linked the new regime to the ancient past. The first structure to rise was the White Tower, that imposing square keep that still dominates the skyline. It was not just a fortress, but a symbol of Norman strength and architectural prowess. Built from Kentish ragstone, it was a statement, a clear message to anyone who dared challenge the new Norman regime. The choice of materials and the sheer scale of the construction were meant to awe and intimidate. Over the centuries, the tower grew and evolved. Each monarch left their mark, expanding and modifying the structure to suit their needs and ambitions. New walls were added, towers sprang up like mushrooms, each with its own grim purpose. From defensive bastions to places of imprisonment and execution, the tower's functions were as varied as they were vital. It became a royal residence, a place where kings and queens could find refuge and display their wealth and power. A prison, a treasury, a menagerie, even a royal observatory. Each role added layers of history and intrigue, making the tower a microcosm of the kingdom's evolution. But one thing remained constant: the tower's role as a symbol of royal authority. Through wars, rebellions, and the passage of time, it stood as a testament to the enduring power and legacy of the monarchy. Imagine walking through the tower's many gates. Feel the weight of history pressing down on you. Each step takes you deeper into the past. First, you might pass through Traitor's Gate. The water entrance used to bring prisoners to the tower. Imagine their fear as they sailed beneath its archway, knowing their fate awaited them within. Next, you might visit the Bloody Tower, named for the two young princes who mysteriously vanished within its walls. Was it their uncle, Richard III, who ordered their deaths? The mystery remains unsolved to this day. And then there's the Tower Green, a deceptively peaceful patch of grass where many met their end, including three queens of England. Anne Boleyn, Catherine Howard and Lady Jane Grey all lost their heads here, victims of courtly intrigue and the whims of a king. But the tower is not just about death and despair, it also houses a collection of unimaginable value and splendor, the crown jewels. For centuries, these priceless objects have represented the power and majesty of the British monarchy. They are more than just glittering trinkets. They are symbols of the continuity of the crown, passed down from ruler to ruler. The collection includes crowns, scepters, orbs, swords, and even a diamond-encrusted salt cellar. Each piece has its own story to tell, its own place in the grand tapestry of British history. Section 5. Ravens, Gems and Executioners' Tales. As you wander through the tower, keep your ears open for the cawing of ravens. These black-feathered guardians have been a part of the tower's history for centuries, their presence shrouded in mystery and legend. Legend has it that if the ravens ever leave the tower, the kingdom will fall. This ancient superstition has led to the careful maintenance of these birds, ensuring they are well-fed and content within the tower's walls. It's a superstition, of course, but the ravens are carefully guarded nonetheless. The beefeaters or yeoman warders take their role as raven keepers very seriously, understanding the weight of the legend they uphold. And then there's the story of the Koh-i-Noor diamond, one of the largest cut diamonds in the world. This gem, with its dazzling brilliance, has a history as rich and complex as the tower itself. It's said to be cursed, bringing bad luck to any man who wears it. The diamond has changed hands many times, often amidst bloodshed and betrayal, adding to its ominous reputation. Perhaps that's why it's now part of the Queen Consort's crown, safely out of harm's way. The diamond's storied past is a testament to the power and peril that such treasures can bring. Don't forget to ask a beefeater about the tower's resident ghost stories. These tales, passed down through generations, add an eerie charm to the tower's already rich tapestry of history. They say Anne Boleyn still wanders the grounds, her head tucked under her arm. Executed within the tower's walls, her restless spirit is said to roam the corridors, a silent witness to the tower's dark past. And some have even reported seeing the shadows of the two young princes forever trapped within the tower walls. Their tragic story, one of innocence lost and royal intrigue, continues to haunt the tower, reminding visitors of the human cost of power. Section 6. The Crown Jewels. Up close and personal. Now imagine yourself standing before the crown jewels. The air is thick with anticipation. And then you see them. The imperial state crown, worn by the monarch at the state opening of Parliament, glistens under the carefully calibrated lights. It's encrusted with over 2,800 diamonds, including the Black Prince's ruby and the Stuart sapphire. Then there's St. Edward's crown, used for coronations. It's a simpler, more austere piece, but no less impressive for its understated elegance. Each piece shimmers with a history that spans generations. You'll see the sovereign's scepter, symbolizing the monarch's power, and the orb, representing the Christian world. Section 7. Stories whispered by the stones. Even the tower's walls have stories to tell. Look closely, and you might spot graffiti scratched into the stone by former prisoners. These poignant messages offer a glimpse into the minds of those who were held captive within the tower's walls. One inscription reads, "Quanto plus afflictiones pro Christo in hoc seculo, tanto plus gloriae cum Christo in futuro." It means, the more afflictions we endure for Christ in this world, the more glory we shall get with Christ in the world to come. These messages are a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and faith could still flicker. Section 8. The Tower's enduring appeal. So why do millions flock to the Tower of London each year? What is it about this ancient fortress that continues to capture our imaginations? Perhaps it's the sheer weight of history that seeps from every stone. Or maybe it's the chance to rub shoulders with royalty. Even if it's just through the glittering objects they left behind. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain. The Tower of London is an unforgettable experience. It's a journey back in time, a chance to immerse yourself in a world of kings and queens, prisoners and plots. Section 9. A journey back in time. As you leave the tower and step back into the bustling streets of modern London, you can't help but feel a sense of wonder. The Tower of London is more than just a tourist attraction. It's a living link to the past, a place where history comes alive. So if you ever find yourself in London, do make time for a visit. Walk through those ancient gates, listen to the ravens' cries, and let the Tower of London weave its magic around you. It's an experience you won't soon forget.